英語は本当に楽しいと思います。だから英語を勉強したらどういう未来になるかということを考えたら、楽しく勉強したら本当に楽しい未来になると思います。でもし仕事を考えたら、うちの観光とかビジネスイングリッシュと翻訳通訳と英語教育、そういう系の仕事をやりたいなら、ぜひ愛知学院のグローバル英語学科に来てください。楽しく勉強できると思います。皆さん、こんにちは。はじめまして。グレゴリー・ロウと申します。愛知学院大学のグローバル英語学科に勤めています。で、今日は効果的な英語のコミュニケーションの勉強の仕方について話したいと思います。英語の勉強するときに皆さん覚えてほしいことがいくつかあります。まず、はじめに、これです。You are not beginners. あれはどういうことですか？皆さんは英語の初心者ではないと思います。皆さんは今まで何年間ぐらい英語を勉強していましたか？5年間ぐらいと思います。もっと長いですか？皆さんの頭の中に本当にいい英語が入っています。英語の単語や文法もたくさんしています。でも、一つの問題は、そのいい英語、コミュニケーションで使った経験は今まであまりないと思います。でももう一つの問題あります。で、あれは壁の問題。壁。どういう意味ですか？皆さんは、バカの壁ということ聞いたことはあると思います。皆さんはバカではないと思いますけど、もし英語は本当に恥ずかしいなら、皆さんの周りに壁があります。その壁は恥ずかしがりの壁です。で、本当にこの大事なものを覚えてほしいんです。これは break down the wall。その恥ずかしがりの壁を壊しましょう。本当に多くの学生は英語で喋りたいと思います。英語はコミュニケーションで使いたいと思います。でも、本当に恥ずかしいんです。本当にもう間違えたらどうしよう。もう相手の人は僕の英語全然わからなかったらどうしよう。本当にどうしようばっかり考えてるで、英語はやっぱりダメ。本当に英語の話すための最初の一歩はこれです。その壁を壊すことです。でもどうやって壊すんでしょうか？一つの大事なルールはこれです。make mistakes。これは失敗することです。失敗は怖いことではないんですよ。本当に失敗はいいことだと思います。もし失敗したら、その失敗のことについて考え直して、もう一回したら、その失敗は二度目ならないと思います。その秘密は、失敗は友達ですよ。本当に、怖がっていたらいつも失敗のこと、怖がっていたら英語のチャレンジ全然できないと思います。でも、皆さんは英語のチャレンジ絶対できる と思います。だから、ちょっと考えのこと直したらいいと思います。失敗は悪いことではない。失敗は面白い。失敗は友達です。もしそのこと考えたら失敗は悪くない。で、失敗はいいことと考えたらもうこの壁を壊すことできると思います。もう一つ、最後の覚えてほしいのは Ask questions。質問をすること、すごい大事だと思います。よく英会話とコミュニケーションはキャッチボールのゲームみたいな感じということを聞いたことあると思います。で、キャッチボールのゲームでもちろん時々そのボールを落とすんですよね。落としたらどうする？落としたら拾って、で、また続けると思います。英会話は同じだと思います。でも、英会話のボールを落としたらどうする？つまり、英会話急にストップしたらどうする？どうするか？質問。Ask questions。本当に質問はものすごく大事だと思います。もし質問聞いたら、その会話はまた続けると思います。で、その質問についてもうちょっと後で、英語で話しますから。はい。じゃあ、これは本当に大事なこと、この4つのこと、ちょっと覚えてるか？ You are not a beginner. 皆さんは本当に初心者ではない。頭の中、いい英語があるから、それを使ってください。使ったら、その恥ずかしがりの壁を壊すことできると思います。その壁は自分で作った。だから自分で壊すことできると思います。それと、make mistakes。その失敗のことは悪いことではない。失敗は本当に面白い友達。だから失敗は心配しなくてもいいと思います。それとですね、最後は ask questions。その質問はすごい大事。でもどういうふうに質問を使うか。Let's think about that in English. Are you ready? 本当に英語は大切だと思います。で、最近英語はもっと大切になったと思うけど、もし英語を勉強したら、日本はもうちょっと国際的になると思います。で、あれは全然悪くないと思う。もし英語を勉強したら、もうちょっと世界のことわかると思う。でも、それだけじゃなく、もし英語を勉強したら、日本のことも教える。だから、世界はもうちょっと日本についてわかると思う。だから、あれは本当に大切。本当に、英語を勉強したら、世界は本当に面白くなると思います。Let's try using this in English. Now, I want to talk to you in English. The reason is, all of the classes in the Global English Department at Aichi Gakuin University have something to do with English, and many of the classes are done only in English. Now, maybe you think, oh my God, only in English. I can't take a class only in English. But you'll be surprised. Little by little, when you take classes only in English, they become easier and easier. And little by little, that wall is breaking down. So today, I want to talk a little bit about some of the things we talk about in the very first class, in the very first year in the Global English Department at Aichi Gakuin. We start with very easy conversations. For example, conversations that you might have with your friends. Okay, let's start from the very first conversation that we start in the very first class, in the very first year at the Global English Department at Aichi Gakuin University. And it starts off with English that everybody's learned in junior high school, maybe. Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. And you? That English is good. There's no problem with that English, but it's not English that we hear very often when we're talking with our friends, for example, because it's a little bit formal. It's a little bit unnatural. So instead of, hello, how are you? What do we have? Instead of, I'm fine, thank you, and you? How do we say? Well, very often instead of, hello, how are you? We hear, hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going? Everybody, please repeat. Hey, how is it going? How is it going? Now, of course, we never hear, how is it going? What do we hear? How's it going? How's it going? How is it going? How is it going? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Hey, how's it going? Now that sounds really natural. Hey, how's it going? Now there are two answers that we hear all the time. If somebody says, hey, how's it going? We really often hear, pretty good. Or, hey, how's it going? Not bad. Those two, pretty good or not bad, we hear all the time. But there are lots of different answers. So, for example, hey, how's it going? Fantastic. Hey, how's it going? Okay. Hey, how's it going? Terrible. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What about and you? And you is really important, but again, we don't hear it like that very often in casual conversation. What do we hear? This one. How about you? How about you? Now this is a really, really useful phrase. How about you? Why don't you repeat? How about you? 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 Now we hear that all the time. When we ask a question, somebody answers and says, how about you? And we answer the same question. Easy. How about you? Now, let's start off with a question that we might use if we met our friend. And we said, hey, how's it going? Pretty good. How about you? Not bad, not bad. Then what's the next question we could ask? Well, a really common question that we might ask on a Monday or Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, is about the weekend. 週末。週末はどうだった？どうでしたか? Okay. どうでした? どうでした? What do you say? どう how, でした is, but past tense, 過去形. How was? 週末. Weekend. How was your weekend? How was your weekend? Easy. How was your weekend? And again, the same answers would be okay. How was your weekend? Pretty good. How about yours? How was your weekend? Not bad. Or fantastic. Or okay. You can see the same answers. And what would you say? Oh, really? 何をしたか? Can you do it in English? 何をしたか? Oh, really? What did you do? What did you do? And for example, you might say, I went shopping. I went shopping. Oh, what a fantastic beginning to a conversation. And what did you do? I went shopping. She. There it stops. Our conversation has just stopped. The ball has fallen to the ground. What do we do? What do we do? Remember, ask questions. But what kind of questions? If you think about 5 W's and 1 H. What does that mean? 5 W's and 1 H. Well, this has to do with the 6 words that very often start conversations in English. Now, what are they? 5 W's. Do you know? Well, what's one of them? A word starting with W that very often starts a question. Who? Sure, who? That works. Okay, who and what? Of course, what's a great one? Okay, who, what? When? Of course, when is a fantastic question word. All right, next one. Where? Yeah, you know it. You know all these words. And the last W, a great question word, why? Who, what, when, where, why? All of these are so useful to remember when your conversation stops. But don't forget that 1 H, how, a really great word to remember. All right, let's try to use them. All right, remember? I said, I went shopping, okay? I went shopping, or I went to shopping. I often hear students say, I went to shopping. Okay, I went shopping, I went to shopping. Which one is right? One of them is wrong. Do you know which one? I went shopping, or I went to shopping. Which one is wrong? Do we not use? Let's see. I went to shopping. Wrong. I went shopping is correct, okay? I went to a place. For example, I went to Nagoya Station, or I went to Chicago, my hometown, okay? I go to a place, but shopping is an activity. So it sounds strange to say, I go to shopping. Very often we have those to go ing, okay? In English, we go swimming, or we go bicycle riding, or we go skiing in the mountains in the winter, for example, okay? So very often in English, go plus an ing verb is used all the time. But be careful, it's only with an activity, not a place. Okay, so I went shopping. All right, let's think of some questions, some 5 W and 1 H questions. All right, the first W is what? Who? Can you think of a question? Who did you go with? 誰と一緒に? Sure, that's a good question. Oh, I went with my family, for example. Okay. All right, who? What? 何を買いましたか? Can you think of it in English? There you go. What did you buy? Oh, what did I buy? I bought this necktie, actually. Oh, really? Okay. Who, what, when? When did you go? Oh, I went last Saturday. Oh, really? I went shopping also last Saturday. Where did you go? I went to Sakai, and then we went to Nagoya Station. Oh, really? I went to Sakai also. And the last one, why? Why did you go there? Why did you go to Nagoya Station? Oh, I like shopping at Nagoya Station. Oh, okay. And that necktie, really nice. Thank you. いくらだった? That's a how question, right? How much was it? Oh, it was really cheap, actually. Not very expensive. Excellent. There you've got your 6 questions, the 5W and the 1H question. And here you can really keep your conversation going. You don't need to ask all these questions, but if you think of 5 W's and 1 H, you can think of a good question to keep your conversation going. All right, let's think about another question you might ask in casual conversation. Well, here's one that we hear very often. Do you have any hobbies? Great question, but again, not a question that we hear very often when we talk with native speakers. What's a slightly better question? What about this one? So, what do you do in your free time? Now that you might hear pretty often. What do you do in your free time? And here we have, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you with a doshi, a verb? What do you do? What do you do in your free time? What do you do? And very often it's easy to answer. I like to with your verb, your doshi, or I love with your verb plus ing, okay? I like to, for example, well, when I have time, I like to listen to music, or I like listening to music. I love to listen to music, or I love listening to music. Both okay. When I have time, I like to go shopping. When I have time, I like to go shopping. When I have time, I like going shopping. Both okay. When I have time, I like hanging out with friends, meeting my friends and having fun. When I have time, I love hanging out with friends. When I have time, I like to take it easy at home. When I have time, I love taking it easy at home. Another one that we use I like to plus the verb, I love to plus the verb, or verb ing. We also use I'm really into. 最近. Recently, I'm really into cooking, for example. I've always been into cooking. I've always been into cooking, or I've always been into traveling. That's me. Recently, I'm really into studying English. Fantastic. Really nice. Here we can talk about these things and start thinking about, I'm really into studying English, and then how would you reply? Oh, really? That sounds いいですね. That sounds like fun. Oh, really? That sounds interesting. Oh, really? That sounds fantastic. Nice. Now, let's start thinking about those 5W and one H question. I love studying English. Who? Well, maybe. Who's your teacher? I don't really have a teacher. I don't take class. I study English at home. I like watching English language movies. Oh, really? What? What's your favorite movie? Oh, my favorite movie. That's difficult. Let me see. Recently, I really like The Greatest Showman. Have you seen it? Fantastic movie. When? When did you start studying? Oh, I've been studying English since I was in junior high school. All right, where? Where do you like studying? Oh, I like studying at home, or I really like going abroad to study. For example, in America or in Australia. Why do you study English? Now that's a little bit difficult. Let's think about that one very soon. Oh, you said you go abroad though. How? How many times have you been abroad? I've been abroad many, many times. Here again, fantastic 5W 1H questions. Let's go back to, I love studying, and somebody says, why? Why do you like studying English? そうですね。そうですね。そうですね。そうですね。What does it mean? そうですね。そうですねってどういう意味? そうですね is really important in Japanese because it gives us a chance to think a little bit, but stay in the conversation. If we want to think for a little bit when we're talking, but we say nothing, for example, why do you like English? That's a really strange feeling, isn't it? If nobody says anything. So you think and you keep talking a little bit. そうですね、そうですね、そうですね. In English, what do we say? Very often we say something like this. That's a good question. Why do I like English? Let me think. Well, I guess I've always loved English since I was in high school or junior high school. Let me think. That's a good question. Try to remember that one. All right. We've talked about questions about somebody's past. How was your weekend? We've had questions about right now. What do you do in your free time? How about an easy question about the future? Okay? 週末、予定ありますか? 週末の予定ありますか? In English. Do you have any plans for the weekend? And here's a question that we hear very, very often. Yeah, I'm going to meet my friends. I'm gonna meet my friends. I'm gonna meet my friends. Going to very often becomes gonna. Gonna plus a verb. Gonna plus 動詞. Gonna meet my friends. I'm gonna see a movie. I think I'm gonna stay home and take it easy. Gonna is really useful in conversation, but be careful. Don't use gonna in an essay. Don't use gonna when you're writing. It's only when we're talking. All right. I'm gonna meet my friends. 5 W's, 1 H. Who? I'm going to meet my friends. Who are you meeting? Oh, they're my friends from junior high school. Oh, really? What? What will you do? That's a pretty good question. What will you do? We're not sure. Maybe we'll go to the movies. Oh, really? When? When will you go? Oh, we were thinking of going Saturday night. Saturday night, the movies, that sounds great. I'd really like to go. Can I go with you? Yeah, sure, of course. Hey, thank you. Where? Where should we meet? Okay, where should we meet? How about Nagoya Station? Okay, Nagoya Station. Next one. Where? Why? Why? Very often you can use something shimasen ka? Why don't we? For example, why don't we eat before the movie? Why don't we eat before that? Good idea, but maybe we don't have time. Why don't we see the movie and eat after that? Okay, but it'll be pretty late. How? How can we get home? Maybe we'll just have to walk. Okay, sounds good. And how do we finish this great conversation? Easy. Nice talking with you. And that's it. Nice talking with you too. See you Saturday. Yeah, see you Saturday. Okay, goodbye. And there we have a very easy conversation, but some ideas of how to get through your conversation. And this is what we talk about in the first class of the first year in Global English Department at Aichi Gakuin. Here you can see very easily we start to break down the wall. Do you remember those things we talked about at the beginning? Again, you're not a beginner. You've got a lot of great English in your head. Use that English, and little by little, you can start breaking down the wall. You don't break down the wall with a big explosion. It's just little by little, every day, using that fantastic English in your head. Don't forget. Okay, can you remember these really important 4 points? You are not a beginner. You've got some fantastic English in your heads. Therefore, all you need to do is use it with confidence. And little by little, you can start breaking down that wall. That wall you don't break down with a big explosion. You break it down little by little every day using your English with confidence. And of course, don't be afraid of making mistakes. Mistakes are going to help you. They're fun and interesting, and when you make a mistake, if you remember what happened and remember why you made that mistake, you'll be certain not to make that mistake again in the future. Finally, keep your conversation running with questions. Keep asking questions. Show interest in the person that you're talking to, and you are going to be able to communicate in English without any problem at all. That is where I'm going to finish today. I really hope that you are going to use your English with confidence and little by little start breaking down that wall. Good luck to you, and I hope to be talking with you in English someday. That's it. See ya. Nice talking with you. まあ本当に外国語を勉強したら感動ワクワクのことがいっぱいと思います。私最初日本来た時であまり英語できない友達できたら日本語でできたら本当にワクワク本当に感動しました。で愛知学院のグローバル英語学科の2年生の 夏休みの時、皆さんはオーストラリアで勉強しています。で、皆さんはホームステイ、オーストラリアの家族と一緒にホームステイします。で、学生は本当に英語で暮らすことできるということを分かったらもう感動。本当にそれは本当にワクワクしてることだと思います。本当に勉強したらで自分の夢を叶うことできたらもちろん感動です。だから勉強してください。はい。